So good afternoon, everybody. It's Lori from Bridges again, and I wanted to take a few moments to talk to everybody today about mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice that Bridges has been really focusing on for the last few years because there's lots of research to suggest that the more we practice that kind of being present in the moment and focusing on the moment, the more well-regulated we can see kids become. So we've been focusing on taking time really every day to practice mindfulness. And there's lots of ways we can do that. So sometimes we do things like just take a moment to focus on breathing, focusing on our senses, focusing on the sounds that we're hearing for a period of time where we really just quiet our bodies to really kind of pay attention to what's happening around us. The more we practice that, then the easier it is for kids to sort of get into that space when they need to. But one of the things that you can sort of consider doing while you're at home with your kids is taking the time to sort of do things that allow you to practice mindfulness. So we've done things with kids like gone on silent walks and then come back and journal about what we heard or smelled or felt while we were walking. For younger kids, drawing pictures of what we saw or what we heard, those kinds of things. We've done stuff where we all just take a place in the room and quiet our bodies and listen to maybe a piece of music, or maybe we listen to a mindfulness passage or story that's we found on YouTube. Perhaps we sit in a circle and shut our eyes and pass something around where the kids have to feel it and sort of how does it feel? How does it feel when you touch it? You rub it against you? Does it have a smell? And then as we all do that kind of with our eyes shut, then we'll open our eyes and see if we were able to sort of figure things out by being really present and sort of paying attention. The benefit of being mindful is that sometimes when we start to escalate and we start to get sort of deregulated, or so our bodies sort of become out of our control, it's harder for us to focus on how to calm down. And being able to sort of stay present and focus on something right in that moment helps us to get our brains kind of calmed down so they're not kind of panicking or overreacting to a situation. So there's really good reason to sort of take that time and practice mindfulness. And it's something that you can easily practice with your kids at home. You can do it a couple times a day for short periods. With my middle son, who has a lot of anxiety, we often do it before bed, and we lay down quietly and we listen to a short meditation. Usually I try to choose something that's under 5 minutes right now because that's really the period of time he can really sort of stay calm and focused for, but it also helps him quiet his body before bed. So it's a practice that we've gotten into around bedtime. But if you are at home and your kids are feeling, you're stuck at home with your kids right now and you're feeling really like, I just need them to take a break. Sometimes saying, let's like take a minute to be mindful and let's go practice, like just go do this, just calms their bodies enough that when they kind of come out of that mindfulness moment, they're better able to sort of get back to whatever the playing is that they were doing, but in a much more calm and kind of focused way. So there's certainly lots of reasons to do it. I hope these ideas have been kind of something that you can practice at home. And I'll be touching base again later on this week. Thanks so much for checking in. Bye-bye.